Hey guys, welcome back to the Honda Resource. On this edition, I'm going to be going back to doing some first gen Honda CRV repair. I know you guys love the first gen CRV stuff, and hopefully this will let you down. So today what we're going to be doing is doing a crank sensor bypass. So say that you bought a JDM B20B and you need to know how to bypass the crank position sensor because it doesn't have it on the JDM B20B. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. All you need is a little soldering iron and a couple little pieces of wire and a little, like a pair of wire strippers. It's pretty straightforward. Probably take you 15-20 minutes. So I'll show you how to do it, and hope you enjoy this episode. Alright, so this is our subject vehicle today. Now this is a 99 2001, so it's got the RD2B style engine and wiring harness and all that stuff. So if you had 97, 98, it may be slightly different than this. There's a couple different pin connectors, but also if you have a Honda Civic, like a, I guess 99 2000 Honda Civic, it would be the same as the CRV. So if you have one of those, that's how you do it. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys what we got going. So what we got to do is get to the ECU, and it's right here in this kick panel. So usually there's like a little, turn this light on here so you can see. See, there's a little clip right there. I just kind of get behind it with my fingers and pull straight out on it. And usually it pops it throughout the little, pops it out like that. Alright, and this just slides off. Alright, so what we need to do is disconnect these ECU connectors down here. You don't have to worry about the one on the back. It's just these front three. Or if you have a manual, it'll just be two. So let's disconnect these. Just get them out here where we can work with them. So they just have a little tab right here in the middle of each connector. See a little tab right there? Just push that tab down and pull it down and get out here where we can work with it. I'm going to disconnect this green connector here just to further my ability to work with this harness. Alright, so now I got it out here where I can work with it. And I gotta go look up on the wiring diagram. I think it's on the blue connector, the one we're gonna be working with, but let me go look it up and make sure, because I'm fairly certain it's gonna be these two wires and this black and yellow down here. Let me go get it pulled up on my phone and make sure 100% and get my extension cord right here to my soldering iron and all that stuff. Alright guys, so I looked up the wiring for it, and I was right. It is those wires that I had pointed out, the black and the yellow right here, and then the blue and the, so it's all right here, right in the bottom corner away from the clip. Okay, and I'll put the pin numbers on the screen for all these. Oh, actually, I can just tell you which ones they are. I got them right here. I looked up on the FF squad. Alright, so we got this is the C connector, the blue connector, and we're looking at C22 and C29, which is going to be the C22 is the blue one with the red stripe, and C29 is the yellow one. Alright, and then we got C30 and C31, which is going to be the black one and the white with the red stripe. So what we got to do is we got to tie these two together, and we got to tie this blue one into the yellow one. Now I've seen, like on the FF squad even, they say to depin one, but there's no need in depinning it because it's just sitting outside in the engine bay. You know, you can just tape up that harness or zip tie it up out of the way, whatever, and then you don't have to worry about it. I don't ever depin any. I don't see a point in it. I've never had an issue not depinning anything. I've seen also like FF Squad, they use T-taps and basically just T-tap these together. I don't like that either. I usually I'm going to do it like I'm showing you here as far as soldering and just putting some tape over it. It would be ideal to put some heat shrink over it once you've put your jumper wire in and heat, soldered it and whatnot, but I always use tape and never had an issue. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I've just got a piece of wire here, right? It's just a generic piece of wire that I pulled off of another harness. It ain't got to be nothing fancy. So I'm just going to make it like a U, essentially. I'll solder it into this one and solder it into this one and tape it up. That's all we got to do. And the same thing over here, solder and solder. Tape it up. Done. So I'm just going to strip this back. It's easier to strip these when you got a longer piece of wire, but we can make do with what we got here. Alright, let's see. So usually I just take my stripper, just go into it and then just pull the wire a little bit. And it don't have to be a huge piece of exposed wire there, but that's enough that we can solder in this piece. And if you want to do it better, you could like cut it here a little bit, and go up a little bit on the wire, hit it again, and take a single edge razor blade and just go right down it and pull it off. This method right here works pretty good for me. So you can see how I've got both those exposed. Alright, and then just take my wire, make sure you're wrapping it on the exposed portion there. Alright, again, it's white to black. So the white wire over to the black wire. Okay. So what I'm going to do is solder these in real quick. You could probably get away without soldering it, but I recommend soldering it. And if you're interested in the kind of soldering iron I use, this is a Habaco. It's actually for like RC planes and stuff. It works really well. And I could put a Amazon link in the description for this Habaco soldering iron and also the solder that I use. Alright, and this is just some Tessa fabric tape. It's pretty nice. It don't ever gum up and it only sticks to itself pretty much. You can either do it two ways. You can put them together and just tape the whole thing together, or you can tape it individually. Again, I'll put a link to this Tessa tape in the description also for Amazon link if you're interested in getting some of that. Tessa tape, like I said, it don't gum up and it's really nice. Like, it gives a factory appearance with the fabric. Like a lot of the German engineered cars actually use something very similar. Alright, so now I gotta do the yellow and the blue. So I got that one on there. A little solder. we got that soldered in. Now I'm going to show you how I do it, like if I just put these together and tape them up. It doesn't matter if they touch because they're already together, right? See, we just got them taped together right there. And now we're done down here, so we can just go ahead and plug this back in. Flip this around with clips on the front. Alright. Plug this back in. Cool. Just like that. And then we'll put our panel back on. Our clip back in. And this part's done. Then now all I gotta do is start it up and make sure the code is cleared. If the code isn't cleared, we'll reset it with our code reader and it should be good to go. So we'll hook up our scanner. Yeah, it's going to be the camshaft. It's going to be in the distributor is our problem with this. The crankshaft position sensor is good now, so well. So anyways, that's how you go about bypassing the crank position sensor on a 99-01 Honda CRV or like a 99-2000 Honda Civic. Obviously the check engine light didn't clear on this one, but it wasn't because of the crank position sensor. It was because of the camshaft position sensor, which is built into the distributor. But I know it did have the crankshaft position sensor code before, so now it doesn't. So we're that much closer to having this thing run without a check engine light. We bought this one with quite a few issues and just been trying to resolve them and making progress along the way, such as this. The original crankshaft position wires were ripped from this one, so it's just easier to do the bypass in this instance. But anyways, I hope this video was helpful to some of you guys, and if it was, please leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment and let me know that it helped you. And I have a whole playlist for the first generation Honda CRV. I was doing a bunch of DIY repairs, and I hope you find those videos useful too. Hope to see you on another video soon. Peace. Can I be your superhero?